dental practice like no other, now in Streamwood and Palatine.
You're listening to WCPT 820 because facts matter.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Wow, it is a gorgeous day in Chicago. I know it's generic and, just small talk when you mention the weather, but I mean, because we have such chaotic weather in Chicago, I don't know. I'm sure there are other parts of the world, other places in the country where they enjoy their beautiful blue skies and a gentle breeze. But man, in Chicago, there's just nothing like it. Even yesterday when I drove down to Griffin's apartment, my son just graduated from college at the University of Chicago. And I mean, I just get the chills. I'm a dork. I'm a big Chicago dork. I come up Lakeshore Drive and you see that beautiful shining skyline in the lake just jetting out and the waves a little bit. It was funny. It was a yellow flag yesterday. I haven't seen what the beach conditions are today, but yesterday was a yellow flag, meaning be careful when you get in the water because there were waves cresting. It was gorgeous. And today was just as beautiful. I mean, there are just days when the grass is greener here and it's wonderful. By the way, I just also got the chills listening to our theme song because we are going to check in again with our friend Steve Goodie, who is the singer, songwriter, and performer of the theme song for Driving It Home. Driving It Home, that song that some of you sing and dance to, and thank you for that. He'll be joining us at 5:30 because he has a show coming up in the area next week in Evanston. He'll join us to talk about that in just a little bit, and he'll be in studio. Lady B, have you ever met Steve Goodie? He's coming in studio again. It's been like 5 years, I think. He'll be in studio, and we'll get to see him. He'll join us, and we'll tell you more about his gig coming up next week. He's in town for, I believe he's going to be performing like July 1st and 2nd. So very excited to have him on the show. And coming up in a little bit, as Joan mentioned, we are going to have our friend from the Pioneer Tavern group joining us, Mark. I will ask him or play on YouTube how to pronounce his last name. I said it years ago on another show I used to host. So here's one of the reasons. And he's like, what do you want to talk to me about? There's a couple things. If you watch the show, if you watch Chicago Fire, for one, you may know that I have been on 4 episodes. I have a slightly recurring role. Essentially, so Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD all have different casts, like core casts. And even though the Chicago Med obviously is more nurse, by the way, one of my friends is a regular nurse. She's a regular cast member of Chicago MD. She plays a nurse. I have a small role on Chicago Fire whenever they need a nurse who will be mean to people. I'm brought in. When they want me to throw somebody out of the room, like my first episode, I squared off with this big guy who was yelling at his daughter, and I threw out all the. I feel bad saying I threw them out, but there were firefighters who were worried about one of their teammates, one of their fellow firefighters, one of their brothers who'd been injured, and I threw everybody out of the. I did it very nicely. I felt like I did it as nicely as I could, but I come in. I'm the mean nurse. I didn't realize that until 3 episodes in. I'm like, wait a minute, because they had a photo of me in the makeup trailer of me snarling. They had taken a still of me from one of my episodes. So at any rate, I have appeared on 4 episodes. Even before that, I had the opportunity to interview many of the cast members of the entire One Chicago series when I was at WGN. I had the pleasure of interviewing them all. And the place that we interviewed them was the location that you see so often in the series called Lottie's Pub, right? So that's who's coming. The owner of Lottie's Pub is coming in studio. So I don't think folks realize, I didn't know this till my last episode of Chicago Fire, my most recent one. They have rebuilt on their soundstage. They don't go to Lottie's Pub anymore. They recreated the entire pub on a soundstage They don't go there anymore. They don't close them down. They don't rent them. They rebuilt all the interiors are on a sound stage here in Chicago. It's been, I don't have you on my board. So hold on, let me see if I can roll through. Hold on, let me see. Not tie line, no source. Hold on, let's see if I can get it done here, Lady B. No. Hold on a second. So I'm very excited. You get to meet Mark. So he's kind of a celebrity. And on top of that, his family has been deeply, hold on a second. Let me, locked. Is that right? Hold on, locked. Did I do it right? No. Hold on a second. I was almost there. I thought I had it. Lady B, I want to hear your voice. Hold on. Take. It says locked. Why is it locked? Who? Turn it up. Hold on a second. I have it rolled up. It says Comrex 2. No. Hold on. Let me hold. Oh, hold a select maybe. How about you just come in? You can just come in here too. We're not answering any phone calls. Yeah, come in here. And then you come in here and get on the microphone, not come in here to fix it. So Mark Domitrovich, and I'm sure I'm saying his name incorrectly, will be joining me in studio. And I want to talk not just about his iconic bar and its role in a wildly successful television series, but also the landscape of bars and restaurants. Come sit down, Lady B. Oh, Lady B, I love you. I love what you're wearing today. Hi, Lady B. It's good to see you. So, you fan of Chicago Fire?
Oh, I'm saving the last 2 episodes.
Okay.
But I love Chicago Fire. I've been a big fan for years, but I did not know the
Lottie's Pub?
Yeah, Lottie's Pub.
They recreated the whole thing. They rebuilt.
What?
It was so funny because we took a lunch break during one of the days I shot. I don't know if you ever saw my episode with Otis's baby.
Yes.
When I threw everybody out.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard Taylor Kinney made that? He kept trying to mess with me. At any rate, so we ate our lunch in Lottie's Pub, like this empty. It's surreal because it's this big industrial building, and then they've built the inside of a hospital. They've built like the fire station. They actually have built basically a fire station on its own property.
But see, I'm over here thinking it looks so real, like it's the actual fire station, and I'm like, where is that fire station?
It's a fake fire station.
Oh my God.
And Lottie's originally, they did shoot on location there, and then finally they're like, okay, well, this is a regular set, so we're just going to rebuild the whole thing.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so Mark will be in studio, and so
I can't wait.
and I know you've heard me talk about Declan riding horses.
Yes.
So his family has helped support Equestrian Connection, which is therapeutic riding for PTSD, for veterans, for people with disabilities. So they've been a big part of that for years.
Nice.
And which thereby he also is a part of having. I don't think he remembers he helped create Whiskey and a Cookie, in a way, because of the bar they had. So it's a whole thing. So you're holding the last 2 seasons?
Yes, till next Saturday, because I was busy with when my daughter's birthday was Saturday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you, Leah. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Leah!
And then this Saturday is my grandson's birthday.
Oh, it's busy.
Yes, and then of course we have the Pride Parade.
So
that's why I'm
excited.
going to wait till next weekend.
Now here's my question: What do you plan on doing for Pride? Are you going to walk? Are you going to ride? Because I have a bubble machine cannon for you again. If you want to use the bubble machine.
Yes,
okay, I'll have that ready for
and
you.
I love passing out the beads too.
I know, right? Have that all over.
Yes.
Do you know how hard it is to like pass people up with the beads? Like you can't give them to every single person. You'll be out. You'll be out in the first 5 minutes.
Right, but I like to load them up on my arms and go ahead. I love it.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
How early are you going to get there on Sunday?
I'm probably going to get there around 8:30 or 9.
Oh my God! Are you
Just
helping
to
help
help.
Devin?
Yeah, to help.
I was thinking about getting there early this year.
Yeah, I'm just to help them out. Yeah, but
right.
I love it every year.
Isn't it amazing?
Yes.
Do you know what the weather's? Because if this weather could hold and not be too hot, not rain, if we could have I want all the things, Lady B.
I know.
Hold on, let me take a look. So we have sponsors this year that are so generous and gracious to support Pride this year. We have, of course, Chicago Community Acupuncture with Jason Bissell joining us. We have our friends from Kia, and we have Berman, Kia, and Hyundai joining us. Subaru. Kia. I have to remember the names of it's the Berman Auto Group, and it's Kia and Subaru joining us.
Okay.
We also have, of course, Todd Belcourt from Social Change coming in
Yes.
and supporting us. We have our friends Jesse Rojo and everybody from Illinois Veterans for Change.
Okay.
Our friends from also Replica Chicago's jumping in. They'll be walking with us too. I know, it's exciting.
Okay.
Our friends from Let Us Entertain You is providing gift cards for the entire crew, making sure that everybody who's making this happen, like yourself, have a lovely evening out. out.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. It's all
going to
nice.
be exciting. Yay.
I'm excited. The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention will also be joining us.
Okay.
We have a great group of our friends Patty and Jackie from Pride Coffee Roasters.
Yes.
They're going to be at the farmers market. So I'll be, I should probably get a Sounds Gay I'm In shirt from them or something.
Yes.
Like some sticker. Maybe I should get some stickers to hand out. Maybe I'll buy a whole stack of stickers from them, just hand out to people.
Yeah.
We'll do all the things. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am too.
So do you drive down, or how do you get to the Pride?
I drive down there, and then I park where how we end on Diversity,
Right.
And then from there I just I start walking.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I get
I love
my
your
walk.
face. You're like, I walk until it's over. I walk till I'm where I need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the forecast. Am I jinxing it if I tell you the forecast? If I'm just being matter of fact?
No,
Just
no.
matter of fact. Just matter of fact. I'm gonna be very even keeled to tell you the weather. I'm just gonna very officially tell you the weather forecast for Sunday is a low of 66 and a high of 86 degrees. Forecast is for sunny skies. So it may be a little bit warm. Make sure you bring your sunscreen. I'm gonna bring like misting bottles and stuff.
Yeah.
I think. Maybe some handheld fans.
That would be fun. And that the ones with the fan and
little mist?
Yeah, it spits out the mist.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm so
I
excited.
like that.
I'm very excited. I can't wait. So, folks, the kickoff time for the parade is 11 a.m. And then we're broadcasting the whole thing, aren't we?
Yes.
From the center on Halstead?
Correct.
And that'll be, is Ken Mejia Beal and Scott Duff and Ellen Miller?
Correct.
Oh, my God.
Correct.
I'm so glad you'll be
it's
here.
gonna be
You'll be
fun.
with us. Who's holding down the fort? Is that Paul Shavar? No, Paul's.
No, yeah.
on the
Yes,
phone?
I believe it's Paul Shavari because
Okay.
he did last year. He's going to do it again this year.
All right, so Paul's going to hear us all screaming and
Yes.
hollering.
Yes.
Yeah. Folks, text me. Where are you going to be along the route? So it's so weird to be on the route, and like people, like later I'll have people have pictures on Facebook that I didn't see them, and then people like yell. But there's a million people yelling on the Pride Parade route. So if I don't hear you,
Yes.
please forgive me. You got to be along the gate.
Yes.
But then it's
yes.
also hard because it can't be on both sides of the street.
Right.
That's hard.
But it's fun to see everybody there saying, hey, WCPT.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't tell anybody, but years ago, I maybe kissed a few people along the way. There were a couple girls along the way where I was like, hey, all right. I'm older now, so it's more of a mom hugs from me.
It's okay.
Just but that's the thing. It's a celebration. It's love. It's
yes.
joy.
Yes.
I think it's free to be proud is this year's Pride Parade theme.
There you go.
Yeah.
It is. It is free to be proud, and I love it.
I love it too. Okay, so you're planning to get there around 8:30 or 9.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to commit to being there before 10.
Close enough. Close enough.
I mean, because you get me there by 10, everyone's like, I'm just saying, not for nothing.
And this time I'm not going to carry my pride flag because Devin's going to bring it ahead.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so.
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Last year I sent it. I basically left boxes of stuff for him to have loaded up on the float. Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
idea. I have a box, so we can
Okay.
just have it ready with the bubble cannons.
Yes.
With I also have some of those. Remember those sequined. The
glass-
pride hats.
Oh,
I have
okay.
hats. I should get some glasses too. Yeah, we'll have stuff.
We'll see. We'll get.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So so Mark will be in the studio, and yes, Lottie's Pub is a built set for Chicago Fire. I know, isn't that wild? You know what we need to bring in again? We haven't seen our good friend Melissa Dupre in a while. Let's give her a holler. I know she's busy.
I know she's been busy.
Whatever. Successful and stuff. Fine. That's Lady B. She'll be at the Pride Parade as well. We'll all be there this Sunday, June 28th. Tune in if you can't make it live, but make sure you look for our float. We'll be right back after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150. We're so glad you're all here and maybe tuning in on our live streams on Facebook and YouTube. More in a moment because I got stuff to talk about. Did you hear about Tulsi Gabbard? What the freaking frack? Okay, I just want to say, cult much? Just saying. I know that we've talked about MAGA being a cult, but this is some new level crazy. More after this.
Dive deeper into the heart of the news and stories at WCPT 820 and across the Midwest by checking out our website, heartlandsignal.com.
It's the coverage I can count on every time.
For the latest news updates, in-depth analysis, compelling stories, comprehensive election coverage, live streams, and thought-provoking opinions, head to heartlandsignal.com.
When I need to know, they're there.
They keep me informed and updated wherever I am.
Stay informed with WCPT 820, your go-to source for where facts matter.
Check up on health with Chris Whitting. Our four-legged loved ones are with us for life, their life. Veterinarian Bernadette Cruz says pet health insurance is a good idea.
Life expectancy for a dog back in the 1960s was about 7 years. Right now it's about 15 years. Whenever I have a client come in with a new cat or a dog, a puppy or a kitten, I'll always recommend pet insurance. Reason being is you hate to have that decision come down to dollars and cents when you know there's something that can be done. So having the pet insurance is marvelous because it helps pay for the cost of keeping your pet in good health. Great idea. There's several different companies out there. Check with your veterinarian, see what he or she recommends.
Dr. Cruz also touts the value of senior care, taking your pets to the vet regularly when they get into their senior years to prevent or treat conditions which may develop. With Checkup on Health, I'm Chris Whitting.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
That promo from Source Solar. I want to remind you that on Thursday, our good friends Peter Sorellis and Warren Price will join us in studio as my guest co-host and to talk about your solar power energy choices. If you go green, you save green and you do better for the planet. I'm just saying. Also want to remind you tomorrow, Ken Mejia Beal will join us. And Ken, I got your text. We have I don't know if I'm supposed to promo this yet. We have a surprise guest coming in studio. Lady B, we got a surprise guest coming in studio next week. Very excited. And I'll find out more about when I can tease that. I should probably make sure that I'm allowed to. So let's find out soon. At any rate, let's take some phone calls because this is an interesting one. Someone was talking about this. I can't remember which show it was about the Supreme Court not coming out with their decisions for this session. Jim has some thoughts about this. What's on your mind, Jim?
Yeah, they just came out with an uncivilized decision that any of these creeps with a computer can look up anybody with a green card, and probably now that Colombia's gone dictator, probably open a prison. So they'll send anybody with a green card to Colombia to prison there, in a huge rate. The Supreme Court, I mean, how Americans are going to live with these kids these are kids on the court. By the time I'll be dead for 50 years, and I'll still be given these insane decisions. I don't know what we can do about this. I have no idea, but another horrible decision. And then, they just hate immigrants. In fact, it's such in the Republican DNA. When you go back to the Whigs, the Know-Nothings, 1911 in Chicago, 1911 when the Republicans spent $1 million on an immigration study. They just hate immigrants. They despise immigrants. I have no idea why, but it's in their DNA. It's so deep in it that it's astounding.
Yeah,
and this court is nuts, Patty. How are we going to live with this court? Your son's going to have to live with this court till he's an old man. I mean, this is insane. But no matter what we dream up to try to help our circumstances in America, you're going to shake your boots if they bring it to the court.
You know what's interesting? I've been doing some research on money and politics, and we always talk about the Supreme Court and how bad Gorsuch and Alito, how bad, all of these guys, right? Thomas and Kavanaugh. But I again, even with a degree in having studied history, it was 1976 when the ruling on money and politics in Buckley. I was researching this today, Buckley versus Vallejo, basically establishing that restricting how much money individuals or groups can spend violates the First Amendment. So that's where a lot of this emanates from, was basically giving outsized power to people who have more money. I don't think, and this goes to like any, I've heard this before where people talk about how, if a billionaire earns it. Are you telling me that a billionaire works 10,000 times harder than somebody loading a truck and delivering those goods? I mean, are you telling me that somebody who has $1 billion deserves to have more power than a working class American? Like, who thinks this is okay?
But, Daddy, remember, capitalism in itself, that's a term that was never around when we wrote the Constitution. Nobody, Jefferson or anybody else, or Monroe or anybody else, if you said capitalism, Adam Smith and capitalism, they wouldn't know what you were talking about. And then you go into socialism in the 1850s. I mean, it's not even in our documents. But these Republicans are insisting that capitalism is our God in America.
Yep.
And it's not. It's what is the general welfare.
Right.
I mean, capitalism. I mean, my point. Poor Biden that keeps saying I'm a capitalist. I believe in cap. Well, of course you're going to say that. But these Republicans think it's sacrosanct to existence. And that's insane. You can't keep going along like this. And this decision today, 6-3. Now, think of this. You got a green card. You might as well run for your life. You don't know what the hell they're going to do to you, Patty.
I know.
How many people in the country have got green cards? But my God, what's the point of getting a green card? You're better off being underground for 40 or 50 years. I mean, it's just this is. Oh, my God, this court, I don't know how. We've never had a court. I mean, Roosevelt, remember, he said, I want to get more guys in the court because I can't get anything past her. But his own party said, no, they revolted against him, and he took a beating in that, the midterm.
I know.
But the point is, I don't know how we're going to get around this. We have to get around it, Patty. Anyway, you have a great show. I can't wait to hear that singer. He's terrific.
Oh, thank you.
Patty.
He's sweet, too. I'll talk to you soon. And to Jim's point about my son having to live with the Supreme Court for a while, I asked Griffin, I mean, like, we've all been trying to encourage him to go to law school because he has a brilliant mind. And Griffin's reaction to the idea of law school was, well, that sounds unpleasant. That's it. That's all we got. Roosevelt's on the line. What's on your mind, my friend?
Patty.
Yes.
You
sound so dramatic. Yes. Hi, Roosevelt from Chicago.
You're in a drama. You're in a drama series, girl. Hey, whatever you do, don't give the first autograph to anybody else but me next time I see you.
Nobody knows who I am. It's funny. I think the Baby Otis episode is the one people remember me the most from because there was a little bit of backlash online because I threw everybody out of the waiting room, like, acting as though everyone was being too loud, and people were like, "She didn't read the room," and like calling me names. It was kind of fun to be sort of this small 30-second villain in an episode of Chicago Fire.
Hey, listen, I want to thank you also for putting all that information on there. I share it with everybody I know. All the stuff that you put on there, you keep us current.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm trying. Thank you.
You remind me of stuff that I forget. You know what I'm saying? There's so much to cover. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. And one of the things that I didn't cover is this thing that you just talked about. What's her name? The one that used to be a Democrat, the one that...
Okay, so Tulsi Gabbard. Okay, holy smokes. So apparently she's under the control of a guru. Like, this investigative journalist found out that there's somebody who's been basically directing her, like, what to say. She's been a part of this. Her family was a part of this cult since the 1960s. It's kind of a Hare Krishna group. Yes, it just came out today, and they actually have like these memos that she was sent, like, about what to say in an interview. And and then she says everything word for word, like about when she wasn't invited to a presidential debate. And the notes to her was, it's basically, I'm not going to be like, boo-hoo, I didn't get to go to the party. And then you see her say it word for word with the timestamp of when the memo was sent to her and when she says it on TV. And that's not the only time. They have like all these clips of her saying word for word what she's told to say. So she's compromised. And here's the thing. We talk about how MAGA is a cult, but to have an actual cult member inside the cult is like some meta world that I can't wrap my mind around right now.
And Patty, also, I want to add a little bit that I didn't know till this morning, too. On the Spanish station that I contribute daily, the lady said that there was something in The Guardian as far as the Mexican president, the most leftist and the number one leftist president in the world, not in the world, in the Americas. I haven't had a chance to look it up, but that's what she said. She says it's in The Guardian.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Number one, yeah, so keep that in mind. If not, I'll find it and I'll send it to you. I don't know if the article's in Spanish or in English. I know it's in The Guardian because that's what she said.
Okay.
But so as far as Jim, hey, Jim, there's not only those knuckleheads down in Central and South America that are supporting Trump, but there's also a good neighbor that we have down south. And this is what I said this morning. This is what I said this morning in Spanish. We're going in opposite directions. Mexico has always welcomed everybody, and it's always helped as far as Cuba and everybody else. And we're going in opposite directions. Let me tell you why. This is what I said. Because the last administration is the one that got her in there, meaning Claudia Sheinbaum. And we are reversing 70 years of nothing but the same thing that this guy's doing in Washington, stealing from our country. And I'm talking about all the ex-Mexican presidents. They have Swiss accounts when they leave, and they leave Mexico. They go live in Spain or somewhere in Europe because they steal so much. Remember, Pemex, which is the petrol business, belongs to the government.
Right. Yeah.
Mexican petrol. In Spanish, Petróleo Mexicano. So, and have you kept up with the World Cup?
I know that last I saw Mexico beat Korea. Scotland lost to whoever they lost to. I know the United States beat somebody. No, that's the extent of am I keeping up with the soccer? But I know that the United States faces off with Britain on the 4th of July. What is happening? That's going to be wild. I got to run, my friend. We've got our next guest on the line. Take care. Have a great night, Roosevelt. We will be right back after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150. Joining us in just a moment is singer-songwriter, performer Steve Goodie, who is the creator of our theme song for Driving It Home. He'll be in town next week, and he'll tell us all about that in just a moment. Go to stevegoodie.com to learn everything Steve Goodie. That's stevegoodie.com, GOODIE.com. More in a moment.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Clear skies tonight, low temperature near 60, and winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10. Thunderstorms likely Wednesday, especially in the afternoon, with a high around 80. Slight chance of storms Thursday, high of 78. Some patchy showers Friday with a high of 73. Saturday looking good, lots of sun, high temperature of 80. And for Sunday, we'll see a chance of thunderstorms mainly early in the day with a high of 87. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 72.
Chicago's Progressive Talk WCPT Willow Springs is powered by ComEd. Find rebates and discounts on energy-efficient products at ComEd.com/home savings.
Think Theory Radio.
Dr. Hande Ozdinler, she is a neuroscientist, but also an artist.
It seems that the larger we go, like, the galaxy, the sky, and then also as small as we go, right? The nanostructures, the atomic interactions or cellular interactions, there is so much resemblance. Like there is a secret or there is an unspoken symmetry.
Think Theory Radio with Damian Perdue. Saturdays at 6 p.m. on WCPT 820. Chicago's Progressive Talk. WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse
she's starting the show again? That's so weird. It's very meta because the singer-songwriter, the creator of the Driving It Home Patti Vasquez theme song is Steve Goodie on the line with us, who, hi, Steve, first of all. Thank you so much for making so many people happy. That people tell me that they'll tell me that they're dancing and they show. I've had people come up to events and sing the entire song to me, which is part of what makes me hesitant. You and I have talked about updating the song, and I know some people want it and some people are like, no. So I don't. We're sort of caught. I'm just saying.
What we should probably do is just do it and then see if you like what we come up with.
Well, we can have options, I guess. And people have. I've started taking notes of some of the options that people sent me for. But the thing is, right? We had this time, right, of being able to call attention to people who didn't want to wear masks and politician grabbing asses and all these other things. News happens so fast. I worry that it would chew up the moment too quickly, and then there'd be. I mean, we can't do a deflecting pool song. Right? We can't put that. I mean, I guess we could, but at any rate, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the fact that you're coming into Chicago in the area starting next week. What are you coming for, my friend?
Well, I'm on the road, and it happens to take me through Chicago. And I was talking to our friend, I think you know Jeff Cohen. He was running for Congress last year, and he was on your show. He says, remember, tell her I was the one with the guitar. You had it. I don't know. Anyway, he's a friend of mine, and he's played the Bluebird in Nashville, Tennessee, where I live, many times. And he said, if you're ever in Chicago, let me know. And I said, hey, it looks like I'll be in Chicago early July. And he said, well, would you like to play the American Legion in Evanston, post 42 at 1030 Central Street, Evanston? And I said, yeah, that sounds like fun. So that's what we're going to do a week from tomorrow on July 1st.
So on 1030 Central Street in Evanston? And what did he give you a time and a date as well?
7:30 p.m.
On what day?
July 1st. So it's a week from tomorrow.
Excellent. So you're gonna be heading into Chicago. You're gonna stop here for some reason, which is fine and exciting.
I think I'll talk to you in person.
Yes. So you get here by whatever time you get here. You'll have. You need to get what time? How much time do you like to have for a sound check?
Well, if things go well, I like 1 minute and get off of it. Get done. But it's not that complicated.
Good. I know musicians always. I feel like musicians always like. For me, I'm like, I can tell how close I need to hold the microphone. I like to hear what I'm going to sound like, but same thing, a minute. But yeah, so I always think musicians need a little more time. You're good.
Well, musicians need more time if there's many musicians. If you're trying to hear yourself over the drums, if the bass player is. Then yeah, we gotta take some time to make sure everybody feels right about how everybody else sounds, and make sure you can hear 10 times as much of yourself as everybody else. That's what everybody wants. But if it's just me and a guitar, then I don't really care that much.
Do you know, the worst sound check I ever saw in my life, and this was before all the really horrible news stories really broke. I didn't like him anyway. I only went because other comics were like, I gotta go see him. He's my favorite comic ever. He's the reason I'm a comedian. The worst sound check I ever saw in my entire life was Bill friggin' Cosby. He was playing the Laugh Fest in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And like I said, all the comics, they had a row of seats for the comedians that were performing, and everybody else wanted to go. And I was like, I figured I'd go hang out with everybody. And I'm not kidding you. He did it during his set, and he was a jerk about it. And this is like 2011 or so. And I had two friends, Dave Dyer and a radio host in Grand Rapids Dave refused to come on the air with me when the news all broke to tell this story again. So I will tell it, and I know he would confirm it. But Tim Cusack, who's a radio host in Grand Rapids, they were supposed to go out first and introduce him, right? And and tell them a little bit about themselves, about the event, about the fundraiser for Gilda's house, and all this stuff. And he grabbed them. He goes, "Who are you?" And they said they were the comedians. And he put his arms in theirs, walked out with them on stage. The crowd goes crazy, and he said, "Do you hear that applause? It'll never be for you."
Oh, that's nice.
And anyway, you just made me think about what I made myself think about with Soundcheck. So I know that you are delightful and kind and empathetic, and hate that comedian as much as comedians like me do.
I'm afraid so. Yeah, and he was a favorite of mine when I was a kid. We memorized everything.
Oh my God.
And I still, against my own will, I think of him when somebody says, "Hey, let's go to the zoo." I think of him saying, "We're going to the zoo." And when he ever talks about the dentist, I hear the whole dentist bit.
Yes.
I can't help that it was funny before we knew that he was a jerk. Just can't help it.
Yeah, at any rate, we're not here to talk about him. We're here to talk about your show coming up at the American Legion in Evanston on July 1st.
Yeah, it's right on a golf course of all things.
Oh.
I map quested it. No, I didn't. I Google mapped it. That's what I did. And it's right on a golf course for some reason.
Wait, so there, I'm going to have my husband text me. My husband grew up near the golf course in Evanston, so I was not familiar with the fact that there is an American Legion there, and I want to know why I have never thought to do a show there as well. That sounds like a lot of fun.
You certainly should, yes.
Right?
I think it will be a lot of fun. And I'm going from 7:30 till 8:30.
Okay.
And then they have their Bluegrass Jam, which they have every Wednesday, and I'm just going to be the opening act for that, and that should be a ton of fun as well.
That'll be a lot of fun. We just had bluegrass musician Chris Jones in studio with us. Chris Jones and the Night Drivers. So I feel like this is a bluegrass. I feel like we lean a little bluegrass. I think bluegrass is a little more in this genre of talk than people imagine.
Yeah. Grab your banjo and your washtub bass and come on out.
Exactly. So where in the world, you said you're on the road. Where in the world are you right now?
Right now I'm in Athens, Georgia at the home of my brother.
What?
What?
I believe Athens, while I don't know a lot about music, I believe is where Indigo Girls started.
I don't know about them. REM certainly did.
Okay.
And the B-52s. Those are the really famous ones. I'm not sure about the Indigo Girls.
I believe so. It sounds like it's a hotbed.
One of us could Google that.
I know. Well, I'm Googling. Someone's asking what seasons of Chicago Fire I was on, and I have to look it up. Hold on a second. It's seasons. Okay. Oh, no. It just, the episodes are called Who Lives and Dies, Who Lives and Who Dies, Death Trap, Carry Their Legacy, and 200, which means I was on the 200th episode of Chicago. I was also on a crossover episode. I was on actually technically 5 episodes. So that's anyway. That's not.
I didn't even know that.
What?
And I know you. It's awesome.
That's because
you have too many credits for me to keep it straight.
Oh yeah, just the Chicago Fire. I'm a mean nurse on Chicago Fire when they need someone who's not very, compassionate.
You're the Dr. House nurse.
Exactly. Okay, so you're in Athens, Georgia. Where have you stopped along the way in your journeys from
This is my
Nashville?
first stop, actually.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I will be heading up to Burke, Virginia, just outside of Washington, playing a show there. And then the day after that, I'll be heading up to Provincetown, Cape Cod, Massachusetts for the Portuguese Festival, which I've been emceeing for the past 4 years.
What?
And it's just so awesome that Portugal won today, because I can talk about that. We can celebrate that.
Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Congratulations on that.
It's the craziest thing. I found out that I'm 256th Portuguese.
Holy cow.
Okay, not really, but don't tell them.
Can they measure that? Is it like a drop?
No, I bet they can, but I'd have to volunteer. My friend Carol runs the whole thing. She's a songwriter who's spent a lot of time in Nashville, where I live, and she's recorded songs with me in my studio. And she invited me up there however many years ago just to be one of the performers. And she had no MC, so there's no one to, as the next act is taking the stage, say, "Hey everybody, welcome, blah blah blah. They've done blah 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 blah, and you remember them for blah blah blah. And here you go, blah." And or Carol, I mean that's an easy job, but she's busy doing a million other things all day long for the 3 days of this festival, and she just could not get it together to give her acts the introduction she really felt they deserved. And I said, "Would you like me to do this?" And she said, "Yes."
Oh, that's lovely.
Doing that for a while.
I do have to ask you, may I ask who, are you staying at a friend's house, did you say?
In DC or in Portugal. In Portugal.
And they know that you're on a Zoom call. Is this when they decided to change the garbage bags in their kitchen?
Maybe. What are you smelling?
No, I can hear someone shaking out like a plastic bag.
Oh yeah, that probably was. I was ignoring it, but yes. Oh yeah, the technology here is very sensitive. My brother says hi and sorry.
I mean, is this I just, it's nice that over 175,000 people can now hear him changing.
Taking out a garbage bag. Actually, I think he was opening the oven. It was the scrape of the
it's you know what, this is my thing. Like I probably should have said, "Hey, just so everybody can, you know."
I'm sorry.
No, everybody listening right now knows I'm a sound snob. So there's listeners who will like call me and they'll put me on speakerphone. I'm like, "Am I on speakerphone?" So it's not just your brother.
Thank God.
We are hanging out with Steve Goodie. He is the singer-songwriter, the producer of the theme song for "Driving It Home" with Patti Vasquez. I can't sing it. "Driving It Home." We all know.
It's beautiful.
It's a very good song. We love your song.
Thanks, and you sing it nicely.
Oh no, I don't. But thank you for saying so. Let's take a break here, and hopefully Steve's brother can finish with his kitchen chores while we're on the break. We'll continue our conversation when we come back. I love that you were apologizing earlier for a couple dogs. I'm like, bring the dogs back.
We weren't even on the air yet.
Steve is going to be performing at the American Legion in Evanston at, you said 1030 Central Street?
7. Oh, yes. The address is 1030 Central Street on July 1st, which is next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m.
Excellent. We'll continue our conversation with Steve Goodie. When we come back, let's learn more about his incredible career as a singer-songwriter. He's lived in Los Angeles. He lives now in Nashville. He's currently traveling and staying at his brother's place in Athens, Georgia. And we'll find out more about his gig coming up next week, as well as more of his music that you should know about. More in a moment on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150, and everyone tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. We're so glad that you're all here. We'll be right back.
Happy Pride, Chicago! Join WCPT in celebrating by attending the 55th Annual Chicago Pride Parade. Look for the WCPT float as the parade kicks off at 11 a.m. Sunday, June 28th from Broadway and Sheridan. If you can't attend in person, listen to the WCPT live broadcast with Scott Duff and Ellen Miller, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sponsored by Berman Kia and Subaru, Social Change, AFSP, Chicago Community Acupuncture, Rep Shy, Pride Coffee Roaster, Illinois Vets for Change, SAG-AFTRA, and the Center on Halstead.
WCPT replay.
When I look at the GOP, at the Republican Party, I struggle for a way to not call it evil. This is a party that is now fully in the service of a fossil fuel industry that is actively destroying our planet. They are in the service of a for-profit health insurance industry that, according to the British journal The Lancet, is responsible for 65,000 Americans dying every year unnecessarily because insurance companies denied them preventative or any other form of care. The Republican Party is fully beholden to the American gun industry, which is responsible for psychologically scarring an entire generation of children so that this industry can continue to make profits. And the Republican Party is not only fine with that, they're enthusiastic about it. How do you not call that evil?
Keep listening to WCPT 820. Because facts matter.
Because facts matter. You're listening to WCPT 820.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue our drive home. Joining me on the line is the producer, the singer, songwriter, performer of the theme song for Driving It Home. Steve Goodie joins us on the line. Steve has also performed regularly at the Edinburgh Festival. He's traveling all over the country right now, performing for audiences and dazzling them. And he'll be in Chicago. Well, he'll be in the Chicagoland area next week on July 1st. He'll be at the American Legion at 1030 Central Street in Evanston, starting at 7:30. And then he'll be opening for the Bluegrass event that they have apparently every Wednesday, which is fun. I love that. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So, Steve, when I started performing with you guys, so also every Monday night, I joined Steve and Brad Tassel for their virtual comedy show every Monday night, 9 p.m. Central. And it's so funny. Like, I feel like when we were promoting it on the show, we would get people who were like trolls. Do you remember that? Like when we had it because we let everybody in to be in the audience. I do love that 6 years in, we still have folks who are like talking over us. Like we all have to work really hard to not acknowledge that and not be upset about it.
Yeah, and 60% of the time it's my family.
No, it's not. It's not always your family. We're all like, could someone mute themselves? Can you please? Okay, fine. I just mute myself the whole time.
Yeah, it's usually that. Where's my Coke?
I just mute myself the whole time because I'm still working. I have Declan. I have my husband and I are trying to unwind. It's a lot going on. It really is still a wonderful community. So, folks, I do encourage you to join us every Monday. And was it always fairly political from the very beginning?
Ish. And by the way, it's virtualcomedyshow.com. That's right, virtualcomedyshow.com. We've never shied away from political stuff, but I don't know that that's ever really been the main thrust of it. Your part of it usually is, and Brad and I jokes about it, but we talk about lots of stuff.
Yes, you guys talk about a lot of stuff. And sometimes I do some personal things, but for the most part, it's just what's making me. And thank you for the Patty Melt and this Patty Crazy, which are kind of both. I should just do a Patty Melt segment and just go on a 3-minute rant here too.
You should.
I do. I want to say that I am very proud of myself that for every Monday for 6 years, I have refrained from swearing. I think that I might have
done a really good job.
Isn't that? I'm surprised.
Not easy.
It's not. Although last night somebody used the B word, and I don't know why I was clutching my pearls.
I think that was me.
No. It was the closer.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I meant to. I guess I forgot.
Yeah, apparently. So how long have you been writing songs? How long have you been?
Oh, since high school, so the early 1700s.
Nice.
In a while. Yeah. I'm 5 years younger than Weird Al himself.
Okay.
So he was an inspiration, and yet I didn't realize that we were sort of peers in age anyway. And then he just exploded. I thought, that sounds fun. Let's do that. More.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And like everybody changes the words to songs, but to actually write the whole song and then perhaps record it as faithfully as possible, like Weird Al does, I grew into that as the years went by, and it's my favorite thing. I love music and I love comedy. If I can do them both at the same time, that's my favorite thing.
Do you know what I feel? Sort of what I love about your take and your approach to the music. There's a mirth, right? But there's almost like I can't have my finger on it. There's an intelligence. There's almost a pain to your mirth. Does that make sense? Do you know?
It's because often if something strikes me that I should write, it's because I'm mad about something.
Yes.
If everything's fine, there's not a whole lot of comedy there. But
some people
really
do.
made me mad.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
What would you say is the angriest song? Can you think of like the angriest song, like the angriest you've ever been that made you put music to words?
Well, you would ask that because the whole Modern Major General from the that song from Gilbert and Sullivan that everybody's parodied a million times. And
Sure.
I used to talk about all sorts of the Big Bang Theory. I've used to talk about Harry Potter. But one of my favorite ones was right after Trump got elected the first time. He's maybe 3 months in, and I was able to fill up a whole sheet of lyrics and make it to the tune of Modern Major General, and I still have that. I don't sing it very often because all that stuff is just totally old news.
Right.
That's 2017. Everybody's forgot about it, but it's actually kind of fun to revisit it and remember. Oh yeah, he did all that crap too.
Yes.
It's long before the reflecting pool.
Oh my, the deflecting pool. I believe.
Deflecting pool.
Deflecting
I knew I'd get that wrong.
Of course, someone took a box cutter and made a 300-foot cut at the bottom. Yeah, even though he said
couldn't have been a motorcade.
Yeah.
Driving along the bottom of it.
Yeah, well, especially since last month he said that it was impervious. That it was going to last for decades. It was going to last forever. I believe he said because everything is.
You heard that they're calling him. It's the new Green Party.
I do. I mean, the memes are fantastic. You have Kermit, floating. They're playing his guitar. Why are there so many songs about deflecting pools?
Oh yes. Actually, no. I thought about that myself, and I thought I'm sure somebody else has done that. And yes, of course they have.
Yeah, I mean,
but I would like to point out Kermit plays the banjo, and that fits right in with the Bluegrass Jam next Wednesday.
Does he really? How did I not pay attention to that? Oh my goodness. Maybe because for so many years, do you know Skip Paris? Skip also does parody songs or does impressions more. So Skip always closed on Why Are There So Many Songs About Rainbow? And he has a puppet come out and he has him strumming the guitar. So for me, I think for so many years working with him made me think he plays guitar. And thank you for the clarification.
Our friend Carla Ulbrich has a brilliant parody of that song about a high school biology class where they make you cut up a frog.
Oh.
So, Rainbow Connection became Needless Dissection. So great. It's so great. And in the video, I helped her make the video. She's dressed as a giant frog. We were zoomed in on her, and as the video progresses, we zoom out, and you can see she's pinned to a mattress.
Oh, my God.
She's about to be dissected. It's wow.
I never, it's funny. The first time I ever learned about people dissecting frogs, and I was terrified I was going to have to, was from the movie E.T. Mm-hmm. I was with Elliot, and I would free all those frogs too.
Yeah.
That was a great scene.
Yeah, I actually skipped biology class for that reason. They said you're not going to be able to have this and this and this on your resume. Your high school, college is going to care that you don't have this. I'm like, I'm not doing it.
No,
I'm not doing it.
I didn't have the choice. I had geology instead, and rocks don't scream, so it was fine.
Absolutely.
Now you've gone to you've been to Edinburgh. Well, not only have you been to Edinburgh, you also have residency in Edinburgh. But you've been to the festival. When did you start?
I'm a lord.
Yes, you're a lord of your domain. When did you start doing the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh?
Well, the first time I ever did it, I think, was 2018, and it was only because I was in Ireland at the time, and my friend Alex, who lives in Edinburgh itself, said, hey, if you're going to be in the UK and there's an opening, I do the Fringe every year and with my sister. And I said, well, I'll be in Ireland, so if your sister can't make it for a show, let me know. And lo and behold, one night his sister couldn't make it, so I flew from Northern Ireland to Scotland to be in a show that night. Just for one night, and it was in a church that was over 1,000 years old, in which I played my hot dog song.
What?
And the song's about all the ingredients of a hot dog, and it makes you throw up. And I played that in a 1,000-year-old church, and everybody liked it. And Alex said that was great. I said I got to do this some more. And then Brad, our friend Brad Tassel, convinced me that we should take our Halloween show to Edinburgh. I said, let's do it. So the year 2020, we're going to do it. But something happened. It shut down the whole festival. What? I can't remember what it was. But in 2020, we couldn't, I don't know. It was something. It affected a lot of people somehow. So we said, okay, we'll do it in 2021. And we still couldn't do it. They still, whatever it was that was going on was still going on. But in 2022, we did it. And I've been back every year since then because it's just so much fun. 3,500 shows going on at the same time, all month long. Mostly comedy, but a lot of other stuff too. A lot of improv troupes, and 1 out of 7 of them is funny. So just go to 7 shows and you'll have a good one in there.
Yeah.
It's all great. It's just amazing. I can't stop going.
I think and I can't name a lot of but I think Kim's Convenience is one of those shows that was plucked out of Edinburgh Festival. So there's different performers that have been elevated. Yeah.
Eddie Izzard, a very good example.
Yes,
of
Dressed to Kill. Yep.
Yeah. And all the Monty Python guys probably wouldn't, all 6 of them might not have met each other if it wasn't for Edinburgh.
Wow. It's fantastic. I want to remind folks that Steve Goodie, he'll be at the American Legion in Evanston on July 1st, 1030 Central Street, right there at the golf course. And the show starts at 7:30. Again, that's July 1st. And every Monday, now folks are asking me, we apparently have been lax in promoting the show on this show. The Virtual Comedy Show, virtualcomedyshow.com, every Monday night at 9 p.m. And I think this audience would in particular enjoy the conversations that we have. I hang back because I'm still cooking dinner at 9 o'clock at night. And lately, so I've been doing Me's Meals, which is kind of like these measured meals. So I'm still in the kitchen cooking while you guys are and then sometimes we're watching a show.
What do you sleep, like an hour and a half a night?
I've got to get that in shape because I'm getting into the age. Do you know that your brain cleans itself when you sleep? You need the whole.
I do know that. I've had the significant sleep issues that you want to avoid, and I know all about that stuff. So yes.
It's bad for your brain, folks. Get your sleep.
Yeah, you got to get some sleep. And it's best to do it at the same time every night.
Yes.
Go to sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time, make yourself do it. It's worth it.
Even on
your brain
the
will
weekends.
thank you.
Yes, even on the weekends, you're supposed to get up at the exact same time. Steve, my husband, people don't believe he exists. Have I ever shown you Steve on the?
You have. Yes, I believe he exists.
Yes, so he does exist. So Steve, we have to get up on the weekends at 6:30 as well. I don't think he's going to like that. Because we get up every day at 6:30. And
I think you can give yourself a break every now and then, but try to do it as much as you possibly can. And try to not be looking at screens for an hour or two before bed. Yeah, and try not to eat for 3 hours before bedtime. It's impossible to follow these rules to the letter. But
okay, now we're talking about if I go 3 hours after I eat. Now I'm going to bed at midnight, and then I have to get up at 6:30.
I didn't say it was going to be easy or fun.
Yes, I know. Well, Steve Goodie, I'm so excited to have you in studio next Wednesday on your way to Evanston. Where can folks? Is there information on your website or your social media platforms about your event?
Yep, it's all at stevegoodie.com. I probably need to update it to take the previous stuff out of the way, but it is all there.
Wonderful. Well, I will see you next Wednesday. I wish you the safe travels. Thank your brother for allowing us to finish our conversation with him.
I will.
He stopped doing his chores. I'm sorry. It's how my brain works.
Hey, if it makes you laugh, it's worth it.
I look forward to seeing you, my friend. Adore you. Have safe travels. Enjoy.
Thanks.
I'll see you next week.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. Let's take a break here. We'll continue our conversation when we come back on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150. Don't forget stevegoodie.com, GOODIE.com, and it's virtualcomedyshow.com every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central. We'll be right back after this.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, upgrade to a Tempur-Pedic and learn how you can get 3% back plus an instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. Iran's been challenging what the Trump administration's been saying about the interim agreement aimed at ending their war. John Gambrell reports from Dubai.
Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson told journalists there were no scheduled visits by the International Atomic Energy Agency, the UN's nuclear watchdog, to those 3 enrichment sites that America bombed last year. Those sites are where it's believed Iran's highly enriched uranium now remains. And the IAEA is really wanting to see that stockpile and understand if Iran has moved anything out from there or if there has any centrifuges still functional at these sites. Vice President J.D. Vance had said that Iran had agreed to the IAEA conducting inspections but didn't elaborate.
They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
Reporters asked President Trump about the status of things this afternoon.
When will those inspectors actually be on the ground? At the appropriate time. At the appropriate time. There's no rush.
The Supreme Court barred a former Louisiana inmate from suing prison officials who cut his dreadlocks in violation of his Rastafari religious beliefs. The justice's ruling that the federal law designed to protect religious rights does not permit lawsuits for monetary damages. And Julie Walker reports.
The Supreme Court rules ExxonMobil can sue Cuban state-owned companies in American courts over property on the island nation that was seized after Fidel Castro took power. The decision Tuesday was the second in as many months in favor of U.S. owners of Cuban property that was confiscated by the communist government more than 65 years ago. I'm Julie Walker.
And the U.S. government slapped new sanctions on 5 Cuban companies key to its crumbling economy. This is AP News. At the World Cup today, Portugal 5, Uzbekistan 0, while England and Ghana played to a scoreless draw. And Saka Magani reports there's been a big trade in the NBA.
The Milwaukee Bucks are sending Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat, along with Bobby Portis, for a haul that includes Wisconsin native Tyler Hero, 3 other players, and a slew of draft picks. Antetokounmpo led the Bucks to the NBA title 5 years ago.
I want to win a championship in Milwaukee, and I'm going to do whatever it takes in order for me to win it. And we did it.
And now becomes the latest superstar the Heat add in looking to win another ring.
I could go to a super team and, just do my part and win a championship.
They pulled off similar splashy moves for Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, netting 3 titles in the past 20 years. I'm Sagar Magani.
The latest at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Clear skies tonight, low temperature near 60, and winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10. Thunderstorms likely Wednesday, especially in the afternoon, with a high around 80. Slight chance of storms Thursday, high of 78. Some patchy showers Friday with a high of 73. Saturday looking good, lots of sun, high temperature of 80. And for Sunday, we'll see a chance of thunderstorms mainly early in the day with a high of 87. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 72.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged. It's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses. She's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for this drive home. I hope that you're happy, healthy, and safe wherever you are today. And if you're in the Chicagoland area, you're enjoying some gorgeous weather today on Tuesday, June 23rd. I hope it's similar wherever you are. Really excited for this hour of conversation. One, just some really strange breaking news in regards to Tulsi Gabbard and a cult, an alt-right cult that she apparently has been under the influence for most of her career, possibly her life, and that's happening. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Of course, we've got a lot going on nationally and internationally. Still no word as to how we're going to resolve the Iran negotiations. I tend to think that when you're in the middle of negotiations and a president says we're going to hit Iran harder than we did before, basically saying we're going to blow up the entire peace process while you have the vice president there having negotiations. And by the way, having J.D. Vance walk up to a microphone and says that he has a simple way to think about this is all I need to hear. He thinks simply, and that's pretty much obvious. I do feel like, and tell me how where you guys are on this. Does it seem as though this really does come down to, it seems like a lot of elements, right? Because you got Kirshner there and Witkoff basically salivating over property and how they're going to rebuild. I mean, do you think that there's like contracts with construction to rebuild, and that's part of the $300 billion reparations for them? Because that was kind of what their plan was for Gaza: destroy it all and come in and build resorts. So are they trying to be a part of the reconstruction? They also would think about the military contracts. Who's making money off of that? Because it's the same thing as the detention centers. Who's making the $1 billion off of that? If we can't, those people can't make money if we're not filling them with people and overpaying under-trained ICE agents who are brutally attacking Americans and just human beings in general. At any rate, those are just some of the things that are floating around in my head. What's on your mind? 773-763-9278. That's 773-763-9278. Yes, there's a story out today, investigative report about how Tulsi Gabbard has been the weird little puppet of an alt-right religious guru her entire political career. What in the... This seems like something that should have maybe been vetted a while ago. I mean, what? This is absolutely bonkers. There were rumors apparently about Gabbard and her ties to a guru named Chris Butler, who it seems may have been directing her entire public career. Which is just insane. So she and her parents, Mike and Carol Gabbard, moved to Hawaii in the early 1980s with their children, including Tulsi. And for a while, her father oversaw Butler's personal affairs until he was fired for lapses that included failing to ensure a supply of fresh mangoes for Butler's breakfasts, according to an internal memo. What is happening? So there are dozens of memos that appear to document directives, like basically telling Gabbard how to behave while she was in Congress. So there was somebody else. And I'll be really clear about this. When Mitt Romney was running to be the president of the United States, I had concerns because I grew up in the Mormon church. And one of the things that they teach in the Mormon Church is that the power above all, before God, is the president of the Mormon Church. And I often thought, like, who would he be? Would he be answering to the people of the United States, or would he be answering to the Mormon Church? And so this is the same. This seems like it was actually in action, because there are memos telling her exactly what to say in an interview. And the memos are dated. They can trace when they were sent to her, when she read them, and when she said word for word exactly what she was told to do by her guru, including one memo from January 2015 containing a derisive assessment of a statement Gabbard was to give in response to President Obama's annual address to Congress. So her guru told her to say, in the first place, nobody gives, and she uses an expletive, a poop, what you think about his State of the Union address, unless you're going to say something of interest. The memo quoted someone saying, "You're not even trying. You're becoming really intellectually lazy," her guru told her. And another memo, her guru said that she was chicken poop and mealy-mouthed. So then she became, she was a recipient of, she got these emails. This is how she was being directed. At any rate, again, after that, she began to give the statements that were in these memos. So she released a statement. Even when she would introduce a bill, it would reflect these memos that were given to her by her guru. At any rate, including Gabbard preparing files to prove, her guru directed her to prepare files to prove that Anthony Fauci was a linchpin in the international conspiracy to make everyone wear. You guys, some of the conspiracies that you know what, it makes sense to have someone who's being directed by a cult leader to be able to manipulate people who are easily swayed and malleable to cult information. Let's go to Matt from Kankakee. Matt, what's on your mind, my friend?
Oh, Patty, I just wanted to say that I'm in full agreement with this whole cult theory. You know, for years we've been accused of having, derangement syndrome for calling it a cult. But I saw your Facebook post with, the reflecting pool where you list the different things that have not come to fruition and they still follow this guy. Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. I saw a clip from Dean Withers, where he's interviewing this one woman, and she didn't believe that Trump had been found guilty, civilly liable for sexual assault of Eugene Carroll, right? And she's like, I don't believe it unless you play it for me. He plays it for her.
Yeah.
And then she says, that's horrible. However, I'd much rather have a man who's attracted to a woman because he has testosterone than somebody's attracted to the same sex. And he's like, I can't figure this out anymore. It's like I studied psychology, but I'm not a sociologist. I just will never understand it. I'll never understand it.
And what Matt's talking about is I put up a post, and it's because I'm learning how to make memes. That was my own little meme I created. The Doge check, right? Doge check, $5,000. Tariff check, $2,000. I didn't even include, someone pointed out, I didn't even include the $1,776. Remember, that was supposed to go to military members?
That's right.
Yeah. Nobody got any of that. No savings from Doge. And he said that basically Antifa has buckets of algae and the vandals are the ones making I can't. It's insane. I mean, and we have to just hold on for dear life, don't we, Matt?
Oh, it can't be soon enough. I wake up every morning and I say, is this the day? Is this
Free
the
beer
day? Is this the day? I want the announcement. I want the announcement.
I'm whatever it is, whatever it takes. Matt, thank you so much for calling in, my friend. Good to hear your voice.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Thanks. Let's get to Jeff and Elgin. Jeff, what's on your mind, my friend?
Hey, long-time proud Antifa here. Just
be careful. They'll find you.
Oh, no. Nothing careful at all about it. From a long line of Antifa, I might add.
Uh-huh.
So I'm totally cool with that. But the cult thing, if we could go back to that for a second.
Of course.
Maybe this is too broad of a brush. Maybe this is a step too far. You tell me. But that's a serious concern that I, as a non-religious person, have. Anytime I hear a politician or public figure get up and talk about how deeply held their fill-in-the-blank beliefs are, because in my mind, her guru could just be substituted with the Pope or some mullah or some rabbi. You know what I mean? It's just as irrational in my mind to blindly believe what some other person says if they're coming from a Christian background, if they're coming from a Jewish background. I think the whole thing is hooey and mythology. How is her undying, thoughtless belief? I mean, like, she's unquestioning, right, in her belief of this guru.
Yep.
Any different than any other deeply religious person's belief? It's the same thing that right-wingers talk about, that, this boogeyman of Sharia law. I'm sorry, is that not what the Christian nationalists are trying to do on the flip side with our laws and our courts and, everything that we've got going on with, pulling federal funding and cutting these programs because they don't like how they address birth control, or they don't like how they address LGBT issues? Are we not talking about the same thing, just with a different, wrapper on the outside of the book? Like, so if beyond the cult, just that unquestioning religious devotion in any public figure who's seeking elected office, to me, is a huge, big red flag. And even, like, to a certain extent, he seems like a nice guy, but like James Tallarico, like, there's a little creepy vibe always in the back of my mind, where I'm like, someone that devoutly religious who brings up God, religion, faith, that periodically I have to wonder, when it comes down to it, is their loyalty to the American people and the Constitution and the rule of law,
right,
or to some book that was written, thousands of years ago that hasn't been edited since because everyone's afraid to question it? So that's my 2 cents. Maybe that's a bridge too far. I don't know.
No, for Tallarico, I appreciate that he gives the counter argument to the way people use the Bible as a weapon, and that's what I appreciate from him.
Yeah.
Agreed.
True that.
Thank you, Jeff. Good to hear from you.
Love you.
Take care.
Yeah,
Love you too.
Bye.
I'll take it. Love you, everybody. Let's take a break here. I am really excited to welcome into our studio in just a moment someone I haven't had a chance to talk to in a few years. Actually, I think since the pandemic. Mark Domitrovich is the founder and CEO of Pioneer Tavern Group. He also is a part of Equestrian Connection, which my son has benefited from the therapeutic riding there for over almost 20 years now. So we want to talk to him in just a moment. I want to find out about how restaurants, Iname Tavern, Lottie's Pub, Frontier, just name a few. So we'll talk to him when we come back on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal and KKNW 1150 and KTNF AM 950. Thank you to all of our friends who are sponsoring our Pride Parade float. Thank you to Pride Coffee Roasters. We have our friends at Chicago Community Acupuncture, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, the Berman Auto Group, Kia, and Subaru. We also want to thank our friends at Social Change and, of course, Illinois Veterans for Change and Replica Chicago. And let us entertain you. More in a moment on WCPT, KKNW, and KTNF. I know I said it already, but it bears repeating.
Feel the rush of summer in your new Porsche. Find the perfect model for you at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Browse and test drive our extensive selection, like the 2026 Porsche Cayenne. Right now, lease the 2026 Cayenne for just $11.99 a month for 39 months. Discover performance like no other when you visit the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $10,999 due outstanding for qualified buyers. Excludes tax, title, license, and dealer fee. No security deposit required. See dealer for details. Offer ends 6/30/26.
A loved one owns a gun, and for a while now, you've been concerned about their behavior. They're just not acting like themselves. They've been distant. They've been unpredictable. They've been lashing out. They've been saying things that make you worried they might harm themselves or friends or family. Or you're worried this loved one might hurt you. Maybe they recently threatened someone with their gun. You know something needs to be done, and you wish more than anything you could hit pause on this situation. Well, here in Illinois, you can, with a firearm restraining order. In extreme cases, this order temporarily prevents a person in crisis from having a firearm, giving them time to heal before they do something dangerous or even deadly. If you are worried about a loved one in crisis who has access to a firearm, learn more about firearm restraining orders at illinois.gov/pause to heal. A public service announcement brought to you by the Illinois Department of Public Health, Brady, and the Ad Council.
The best words to hear at the TSA security checkpoint? You're good to go. All it takes is a little preparation. Get to the airport early, bring a carry-on bag that fits in the overhead, and have an acceptable ID. Not all state-issued IDs will cut it. Check out tsa.gov/ID and see which TSA acceptable IDs make the grade, like a real ID or passport.
Before you jet, do a little prep, and you're good to go. Check out tsa.gov/ID or the MyTSA app.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
No detours, no distractions, just bold ideas and real talk. This is Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
I am so excited to welcome to our studio someone I have not had the pleasure of talking to since, I want to say, March of 2020. Mark Domitrovich, who is the founder of the Pioneer Tavern Group, right? That's the name of the...
Correct.
Your group. Hi, Mark.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. By the way, Lady B, I have to tell you, he's wearing a Lottie's baseball hat, just so you know. So I was telling Lady B in our audience that the first time I know you from Equestrian Connection and your family's incredible support of therapeutic riding. You yourself are an equestrian.
Yep.
Aficionado. How do you put it? I just like to ride horses.
Yeah, close enough.
And for folks who don't know, Equestrian Connection is this magnificent facility in Lake Forest where they have therapy riding for kids and adults with disabilities, people with PTSD, veterans, mental health issues. There's art. There's all kinds of physical therapy. It's one of the most gorgeous places in the Chicagoland area.
Agreed.
And how can you tell me a little bit how you got connected with Equestrian Connection, how your family got connected?
Yeah, well, Diana, who's there now, she had started off, she was just at a local barn not far from where Equestrian Connection's at now, and she had her two boys that have needs, and she was just kind of teaching them herself on a horse. And my dad, I have a niece that was born premature, and she was kind of behind, so he was thinking, what could I do to get her up to speed physically? And so he'd heard about, equine therapy, so he just randomly went over to the barn, and Diana was there, and he asked her what she was doing, and they started talking, and then he's like, this is pretty cool. He's like, why don't we just take to the next level? And that's literally how it all started.
And every single year, Marty's Barn Party, which is such a huge success and a great celebration of all the work that your family's done and in honor of Marty.
Yep.
It's wonderful. And I don't know if have you gotten to know my friends Kevin Montijo and Bridget Montijo? They have an adult son who lives at because it grew from being therapeutic riding to a care place for housing.
Some of that. I do not know them though.
It's you guys have really done your family and Diane. I can't thank you enough. Declan's been riding for over 18 years.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much. I haven't caught up with you. We just found out last year Declan's diagnosis. Declan is he's only the 53rd person in the world to be diagnosed with something called primrose. And, parents like us think, did we make all the right choices? Did we do as much as we could? And I want you to know that what you guys have done at Equestrian Connection has helped us feel comfortable in knowing that we did everything possible and you were a part of that. So thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah. So thank you. Now, how did you get involved in bars and restaurants?
Kind of on accident. All great things in life start on accident. It was kind of funny when I got out of school. I started a promotional products company. So you see my hat. That's why I'm always a shameless self promoter. I had Lottie's swag from day one, but I was doing that, and it wasn't the most exciting job in the world. My business partner, him and his brother had a moving business, which is even less exciting. And so we were just like, hey, why don't we pool our resources, try to find some real estate to get into. And we were looking around, and we stumbled upon an old man bar that was open, 7 a.m. in the morning. And that's where the idea started. I'm like, well, do you think maybe we could run this party? He's like, hell, I'll give it a go. So it's literally, that was the spark that, kind of gave us the inspiration, the idea. That deal fell through, but in the meantime, my partner, he went and worked at a bar with another friend of ours to learn the business, and then we were looking around, and the first one we got was Lottie's, which was 24 years ago. What? And had purchased it from a friend of mine that he was a real estate developer. It was his last asset, and he begrudgingly sold it to us, and that's kind of where it all started.
What? I did not know this story, and so much has even evolved from that. So by the way, Old Man Bar is, because most of us call it dive bar.
Yeah.
But I love that because like Hamtree Inn down the street, I would say is like, sorry to all my friends that I hang out with and watch Jeopardy with once in a while at the Hamtree Inn, but that's an old man bar.
Yeah.
It's the guys that come in after work.
Well, this was, you don't get this much anymore. This was a 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Closed at 5 p.m. That's beyond dive. That was old man bar.
That's third shifters and such.
Yeah,
right?
That's like, the old World War II vets and stuff like that. Those guys.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it was old man, not necessarily. It was a dive in every sense of the world, but then it was, another level.
Wow. It's a beautiful bar. So the first time I was ever in the bar, when I was at the last radio station, I was invited to interview the cast of the folks from Chicago Fire. I think Chicago Fire PD. It was a lot of the cast members. Yeah. So when did they come to you and say, we've been scouting locations and Lottie's is perfect for our show?
Yeah, that's literally what happened. It was, the Bob was his name. He was in charge of the scouting, and he kind of came to me hat in hand. He said, listen, there's a TV show. We have obviously no idea if it's going to make it or not, but kind of here's the concept, and we needed a bar. It was, in this kind of neighborhood, and it's supposed to look like this. And they said everybody was sitting around the table said Lottie's, but he's like, that's the last thing you want to do is approach somebody whose bar is in business because it costs a lot more and it's a lot more complicated. He's like, I've been, all over the city, north side, west side, you name it. He's like, I can't find anything like this. He goes like, I don't even have a close second. So he's like, all I can say is that, if it goes, it'll be a big part of the story. And so, obviously I had nothing to lose. I didn't care. I'm like, all right, let's
how
let's
fun
do
is that?
it. Yeah. So that's exactly how it happened.
I don't know what year it was that I came in and got to interview everybody, but they had they had catering there and everything. So how many years were they shooting on location? Because I didn't know until my most recent episode of Chicago Fire. They told us to go break for lunch at Lottie's, and they've built your set on a sound. They built your bar on a sound stage.
And it's the attention to detail on the dirty features is what really kind of upsets me. Like what sticks out in my mind, they have the thermostat, and it's got they put all this dirt all over them. Like, the thermostat's not that bad. Come on.
I should probably stay on these floors. And this.
Yeah,
that's amazing. So when did they build it on the soundstage?
They did that in season 2 because what happens? Chicago Fire went well, then they got PD. And then they started fighting for dates, and they realized, okay, we either got to buy this from him or we got to come up with another solution. So they did that, but it's they do at least 1 to 2 outdoor scenes.
Sure. So the exteriors at your
so
place
we still see them. So it's kind of funny. It's like it's like a high school reunion. It's great seeing all the all the staff and stuff like that. Guys have been there. Sound guys been there from day one, and wardrobe and all that stuff.
So I've done several projects in Chicago and LA, and I have to tell you, the disastrous ones, like for commercials, Walgreens was the absolute worst. Like people who were mean on the set, like calling talent like all kinds of names and things like that. And I've done fine. I've had other ones like we don't have to get into Jeff Garland, but the cast and the crew of the Chicago series are incredible. I've never been around people who do this kind of work. They're kind, they're funny. I could be wrong. You're looking at me like they're so wonderful.
I couldn't agree more. I've said this for years.
Insane.
I couldn't believe how every single person is nice and considerate.
Yeah.
But I'm talking like down to the first guy that opens the door in the morning, construction guy.
Yeah.
All of them are nice. All of them are considerate. It's been an absolute pleasure in that regard for sure.
Yeah, and I've done scenes. I had to do an episode of Chicago PD. It was snowing. They had like warming tents with us. I had one line, and they had me in a van with like the A team. I'm like, what am I doing here? like the director of the episode was the guy from ER who the helicopter, like, he loses his hand and then a helicopter lands on him. He's now a director.
Yeah.
And I'm in the van with him. I'm like, what is they treat everybody like they're as important as anybody, like Taylor Kinney.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same.
Yeah. Which is great. I mean, obviously they do well, but it's like when an organization does that well, top to bottom, it says something.
So I feel like, so do you get a little bit like, because the Bear, I've seen lines for people outside of that restaurant. So people know, like, come to Lottie's because they want to be in Chicago Fire?
Yeah, we'll get that for sure. It's kind of funny. Mondays, we get a lot of people that come in, on their way out of town to buy some merch and have lunch and stuff like that. So,
I love that.
But we get international tourists. People, come in from wherever they're showing it. It's a treat. I love it. It's great to see.
You don't get like a bar doesn't get residuals. You just get
it's the first thing I ask. They go, how's this? We'll burn it down episode 2. Like, do you want a residual? That was the first thing they made clear. Like, listen, buddy. Yeah, I know I'm desperate. I'm not that desperate.
That's really funny. So I was going to say, I get residuals. Like, the best residuals I get are from Chicago Fire for the most part. I was telling folks, there's an episode I did of on Nick at Night. They did a Moms series for a while, and I did a comedy set. I still get every time someone rents it, it's like $3.99 on Amazon. I get 1 penny.
Yeah,
it costs more to print that check. So who knows what the residuals will be like? Again, we're talking to our friend Mark. Wait, also Pony Inn. Do you also own the Pony Inn?
Yeah, I don't anymore. My partner took that over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Loonies? Was it one of the Loonies? No, that's
Loonies still involved.
Okay.
Yeah, Pat's still
I
there.
feel like I didn't realize how much our layers crossed over each other. Because I grew up with Deirdre.
Did you really?
Yes, I went to Lane Tech.
Come on.
Yeah. Let's take a break here. Let's. We'll talk off the air about maybe. Mark Domitrovich joins us right now. Let folks know if they want to stop. We'll talk about all the joints too. But where is Lottie's located? It's on that corner. It's a beautiful neighborhood.
1925 Cortland, so Cortland and Winchester, right in the heart of Bucktown.
Excellent, Lady B. Well, I'll take you for drinks, Lady B. I promise I'll take you there. And by the way, you got to go to Ina's too, because that place. Oh my God, the food. Okay, let's take a break here. We'll continue our conversation with Mark when we come back. I just am laughing because I've known you for years. We just haven't had a chance to catch up. But now I'm just dorking out. So let's take a break here. We'll continue in a moment on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal here in Chicago, KTNF AM 950 Minneapolis, St. Paul, and KTNF Minneapolis, St. Paul, KKNW 1150 in Seattle. More after this.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Clear skies tonight, low temperature near 60, and winds out of the southeast at 5 to 10. Thunderstorms likely Wednesday, especially in the afternoon, with a high around 80. Slight chance of storms Thursday, high of 78. Some patchy showers Friday with a high of 73. Saturday looking good, lots of sun, high temperature of 80. And for Sunday, we'll see a chance of thunderstorms mainly early in the day with a high of 87. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 70.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT Willow Springs, is powered by ComEd. Visit ComEd.com/facility assessment to learn more about energy savings.
Hey Progressives, it's Richard Chu, host of Chu's Views weekdays 6 to 8 a.m. Central. We're all anxious for the 2026 midterm election to arrive so we can restore some sanity and much needed oversight to our government. In fact, it's the most important midterm election in American history, and Chu's Views will be in the thick of it, bringing you candidate interviews on a regular basis. I'll be talking to Democratic Party hopefuls running for House and Senate at the federal and state level, as well as candidates for governor and other state and local offices.
I am in love with our ability to fight for our rights, to fight for our future, to fight for our freedoms, to fight as our ancestors fought. It's just our moment. This is just our time to stand up and to speak up. We can't give up on this.
If you miss any of the interviews live, you'll be able to find them all on WCPT's Candidate Interviews page at heartlandsignal.com/candidates. That's Choose Views weekdays from 6 to 8 a.m. on WCPT, Chicago's progressive talk for 20 years.
Latinos have been here always, before, during, and after the founding of the United States. We are small business owners, teachers, farm workers, doctors and engineers, families raising the next generation. Latinos contribute over $4 trillion to America's GDP. We are an indelible part of the American story. We are America. America is us. Learn more by going to americasus.org and discover how Latinos have shaped America's past and are forging its future.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
No detours, no distractions. Just bold ideas and real talk. This is Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our drive home. Joining me in studio is one of the are you the founder or one of the founders of the Pioneer Tavern Group?
Yeah, one of the founders.
One of the founders. Who are our friends that joined you to start this?
Dan McCarthy. So he's the other founder of Pioneer Tavern Group.
And now what are you up to? You got Ina's, which is amazing too.
And Frontier.
It's good joints.
Yeah.
And you're also a partner in the Pony Inn.
Yes.
Excellent. So Ina May is I believe, all New Orleans.
Yeah, Southern New Orleans.
Oh my God, it's so good. Thank you for getting me through the pandemic.
Yeah.
I used to order carry out, and you guys had like drink mixes and stuff for folks. Yeah. So during the pandemic, there was a lot of creativity of like how to stay in business and also like build a following too, wasn't there?
Sure.
How did it go for? I mean, like it had to be challenging.
Absolutely. But you know, one thing we did, we were one of the first that started the whole meal takeaway.
Yeah, the experience to bring with us. Yeah,
and the kind of the irony was when I got it, it was another fantastic dive bar called the Beechwood Inn. Mm-hmm. And it was very small, but I had to redo the whole place. But where the bar is situated, I decided to cut a to-go window in the wall just for the heck of it. I'm like, I don't know. We used it one day, and that was like a year before the pandemic hit. So we were at least able to deliver out there, serve drinks out there.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped us from the get-go.
It's fantastic. It really, it's one of my favorite places. Because I brought my mom to New Orleans 2 years ago, and I've been in New Orleans now 8 times in 2 years.
Oh, really?
I love Chicago, but there's something about New Orleans. I just can't.
It's the last, we don't really care city left in the United States. Like, we don't care in the sense, like, do what you got to do. Just don't pee or puke, you know? or no, don't pee or fight are the only 2 rules in New Orleans, you know?
Where do you eat when you go to New Orleans?
I mean, we go all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of, we check out a lot of the new spots.
Sure.
You know, and there's still, like your Commander Palaces of the world.
Oh, my God.
And,
yeah. It was fantastic. I was so happy to get, and I was happy to get on the carousel.
And the Parasol for po' boys. I love that place.
Lizzie's by the Lizzie's by the Tracks is really good too. I think they have like almost a gravy. They dig out the bread and it's all good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. So when you decided to own more than one, I mean that's a lot to take on.
Sure.
Because how is the restaurant industry? Because I just talked to one of my favorite breweries is closing this weekend, Illuminated on Northwest Highway. I don't know if you're familiar. They're closing, and he was telling me that like for a bag of hops that used to cost him $30-some bucks, and now it's over $90. How are you guys weathering this landscape right now with whether it's how the cost of things and people's ability to go out? And I think you deliver an experience, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, I mean I think we're all trying to figure it out right now. It's really incredibly challenging just on every front that you're talking about. Just prices are crazy. I mean the city is in your pocket. I mean, it's a lot of time. I mean, what's tough is in this town, you feel like, your city's your biggest enemy, which is really unfortunate.
It is.
And it's like everybody's just trying to figure it out. And it's like what they want to have happen, it's kind of the opposite. I mean, we're like at Ina May, we just started lunch, and we're doing counter service when you walk in. There's no longer a server. You just can't afford it anymore. So it's like, what can you do to try to, make the numbers work?
It's Ina May's is, again, let folks know where that location is as well.
It's 1415 North Wood Street.
Yeah. And you guys still do, obviously, the experience of carry out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we do all that.
I'm actually going to take, are you good for grabbing one with me after the show? Because we're gonna do a pre-record in a few minutes. I was going to take it to Gale Street.
Okay.
Which has been so I've been going to the Gale Street since I was 6 years old. They have new owners now, but have you been there? Have you ever been to the Gale Street?
It's been a really long time.
So he remodeled, before George Karzis turned the keys over to the new owners, he had remodeled and made it kind of like almost a speakeasy look to it. It's a really beautiful room.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and again, I think that's kind of what lures people. You mentioned I still can't get over this old guy bar.
Yeah, the old man bar.
The old man bar. There's do you go to dive bars at all?
Oh, love them. You kidding?
Yeah, there's one in the neighborhood called like the ones kind of like Lottie's. It's just in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So the Newark Nook. Have you ever been there?
No.
So maybe go there instead. I don't know. It's an old guy bar.
Every year we do a dive bar pub crawl at Lottie's, and we get yellow school buses, and but they're becoming endangered. We're having a harder time finding like really a true dive bar, kind of more on the old man scale, one that hasn't been like totally hipstered out and taken over.
Hamtrian.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you for sure. Hamtrian. Paterno's was still kind of that, but they just remodeled.
Yeah,
and a couple bars in the area. I'll drive by. I can't.
Yeah,
but I haven't been to the Newark Nook since the new owners took over as well. It's right by. It's like in the middle of a block, right by a cemetery of all things.
Yeah.
It's
total Chicago.
But maybe we'll stop at the Hamtrian so you can see if it's good for your route.
Yeah,
for your There's a couple. I'm sure people send you suggestions. Is this like open to the public? Do people sign up through Lottie's?
Oh yeah. We sell tickets and everything.
When does this happen?
We do it in February.
Okay.
When the chips are down and you need something to look forward to.
It's so funny. I had a friend who wanted to do a production in February, and I said, you absolutely cannot do anything in Chicago until after St. Patrick's Day. So unless it's that dedicated.
Yeah.
People don't go out.
Yeah. Yeah, they come out for this.
They come out for that.
Yeah.
And speaking of coming out for stuff, we were talking about Marty's Barn Party and Equestrian Connection up in Lake Forest, where they do therapeutic riding for people with disabilities, veterans, people with PTSD. Tell us, when is the date for the next Marty's Barn Party?
It's October 17th.
Okay.
And the act we have playing is called Moon Taxi.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes, I did stand up a couple times for it, but I think people really enjoy the music.
Yeah.
They want to be able to talk. And you guys were essential in the creation of a podcast I did for up until last year called Whiskey and a Cookie. Have I ever told you this story?
You know what? I think I might have sat in on one of those.
Yes, you might have.
Yeah.
Oh, when we used to do it live on WGN.
Yeah.
Because you had a great selection of bourbons at the bar, and then there was a girl. Me and my friend Elliot Serrano were standing at the bar having some bourbon, and a woman came around with a basket of chocolate chip cookies. And we were like, it was like a Reese's peanut butter moment. We were like, this is brilliant. This goes so well.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like something that needed to be a name.
Yeah.
You know?
I like it.
We were big fans. So that's Equestrian Connections Marty's Barn Party is going to be on October 17th. And I'll make sure folks have information about that leading up to it. Now, Lottie's is Molly's on Chicago Fire. So you can go to Bucktown and hang out at the actual Molly's. Someone just texted in for the dive bar. Is Rossi's on your list?
We've been to that, yeah. We've been all over the place, but yes, we've been to Rossi's.
All right,
that was early on. See, that was before it became like really popular. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of what other dive bar. I feel like they've renovated it. Like the Jeff Park Inn was a good dive bar, and then they renovated.
It's just gonna happen. They keep renovating, changing, selling,
which is
changing.
Fine.
Yeah,
it's their toy.
Exactly, absolutely.
Right.
So it's just getting, like I said, it's getting harder and harder to find. I mean, it's because we try to make it. Because part of the fun is we don't tell you what the lineup is.
Okay.
So everybody's excited.
So for folks who don't quite know, like for me, some of the elements of a dive bar, definitely linoleum flooring. They don't all have to have. Some of them have wood floors or whatever, but linoleum is definitely not changed since the 1960s.
Yeah, that's kind of the keys. Like it's frozen in time.
Yes, I guess that's the element of it.
The worse the freezing, the better. Worse the freezing, the better.
Yeah, cash only bars are often dive bars.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to bother with updating their system. They've got it down. Did I ever tell you I bartended at Grizzly's Lodge? I was at Grizzly's for 2 years. I was a bartender there. I used to do the lunch because I was doing stand up at night.
That's funny.
The guys that owned the Viking place. What was it?
I know what you're
the nightclub. The North.
I know what you're talking about.
Eric's North.
Yeah.
Was that the name of it?
It was
like by McCormick Place, Devon, and all that. There was
I can't remember the name.
But for some reason they owned some like nightclub and Grizzly's Lodge where we served buffalo and alligator.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. Is there a website for folks to learn more about the Pioneer Tavern Group?
Sure, pioneertaverngroup.com, or you can go to lotties.com, inma.com, or frontierchicago.com.
Excellent. We're gonna take a break here. I have information coming up to share with you about the Pride events coming up in the Twin Cities. We'll be back tomorrow night with Ken Mejia Beal. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and you'll hear me say goodbye in a little bit after this pre-recorded interview.
Happy Pride, Chicago! Join WCPT in celebrating by attending the 55th Annual Chicago Pride Parade. Look for the WCPT float as the parade kicks off at 11 a.m. Sunday, June 28th from Broadway and Sheridan. If you can't attend in person, listen to the WCPT live broadcast with Scott Duff and Ellen Miller, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sponsored by Berman Kia and Subaru, Social Change, AFSP, Chicago Community Acupuncture, Rep Shy, Pride Coffee Roaster, Illinois Vets for Change, SAG-AFTRA, and the Center on Halstead.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. We've got a huge variety of metals in stock, and we cut to size fast. Bottom line, we get it done fast, so you get it done fast. Doesn't get easier than that. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store or buy online at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
From city streets to political beats, you're driving it home with Patti Vasquez, where progressive talk fuels the ride.
Thank you so much for joining us for our conversation as we drive it home here on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150 in Seattle, and KTNF AM 950 Minneapolis, St. Paul. And we are also thrilled to have our friends joining us on Facebook, YouTube, or wherever you tune in, including our future time listeners on our podcast, because those are available anywhere you listen to podcasts. We have been celebrating Pride, and now more than ever, and I think we probably say that every single year, but now feels like more now than ever. One of my favorite banners last year at the Pride Parade was, "I didn't come this far to come this far." And I love that idea. And we keep fighting forward and celebrating forward. So joining us right now is Andi Otto, Executive Director with Twin Cities Pride. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing? Or should I say, are you staying hydrated?
That's a loaded question, I think.
Right? That's why I ask people to staying hydrated rather than how are they doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do live off of caffeine at the moment. But yeah,
Yes.
we're doing good. We're doing good.
You know, I appreciate that. And part of it must be the tremendous amount of work that goes into organizing this event. So let's just take it down a little bit first. Andi, where are you from originally, my friend?
I'm actually from Minnesota, so right in the Twin Cities area. So this is home sweet home to me.
Oh, it must be nice to bring something to your community. So growing up, was this something that you had the access to, celebrations like Pride events, parades, organizations like yours?
You know, I think growing up, this organization was definitely around. We've been around for 54 years. So I like to confess I am not that old. So it has been around for a while. But definitely, I would say back in the, late 80s, 90s, it wasn't as popular as it is now, and definitely limited amount of resources back then than it is now. So, yep, it's always been available, but I didn't really start partaking until I was older and in my 20s.
And tell us a little bit about how, this weekend in particular. So this is going to be June 27th and 28th. So how long has the celebration of, during Pride Month and having a whole weekend, how long has that been celebrated?
We've originally, it was just the one day. And I always like to go back and say, like the original Pride here in Minnesota was about 25 marchers protested down a main throughway here in Minneapolis on Nicollet Avenue. And the rest of them stayed in Loring Park, where we still have the festival today, to be able to bail out those folks who maybe got arrested during that protest. So it's always been in this area. And so for 54 years, it's been this. But as we've kind of grown, I can tell you, at least for the past 40 years, it's been the 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday. And then 3 years ago, we actually expanded onto Friday night and really focused our Friday night onto youth, because we understood that they were looking for that safe space. So now it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday event.
I love that. And you also have events throughout the month. So let's lead up into June 27th and 28th, because it looks like you've got starting tomorrow. Well, not starting tomorrow, but including tomorrow, which is June 11th. Ooh, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know when we're going to air this, but just let us know about all the events you have all of June.
Yeah, so we started at the beginning of June, and we really talk about like cheers to pride and what that means, and it's kind of about bringing that community back out into the light. And then we go into our grand marshal celebration, and we get to give our award winners the kind of recognition that they deserve, because they all work really, really hard. And so then we go into we have Family Fun Day, which is a picnic that we have out in St. Paul that offers free food to the community and just a place to kind of gather and join and things of that nature. And then it's like kind of goes bam right into the weekend with youth night, the festival. And then on Sunday, we start the morning with our 5K and go right into our parade and then into the festival for the evening. So yeah, there's lots of fun and exciting things happening all month here in Minnesota.
I love that. I just and I'm throughout the year too. Let folks know about the kind of work that you do, because LGBTQ. Now I have to be honest. Like, I am always learning, and I know that the burden of teaching is on the folks that are in the community who've been living with sort of both the stress that external powers place on you. And also just the day to day. I'll be honest, I was at an event last week, and a young person was being honored for an award. And one of the, someone slightly older than me, I will be honest, I am 55 years old. Someone older than me, misgendered them, and the young person had to, correct them. And I know that it's sort of this space of just wanting to exist and always have to explaining. It's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is a lot of work. It's a lot of work to kind of continue that. And one of the things I took over as executive director 4 years ago, this will be my fourth Pride in this role. And one of the things that I really wanted to do was expand programming all year round, because our community needs that support and needs that recognition and needs those safe spaces all year round. One of our biggest successes was the Rainbow Wardrobe, because again, much to your point, it's this constant conversation of having to teach and learn, but we also deserve to have a place that we don't have to do that. And so our Rainbow Wardrobe is a gender affirming closet that allows folks to come in free of charge, get gender affirming clothing, whatever that is. We just want you to feel walking out feeling fabulous. It provides gender affirming undergarments, personal care, makeup, things like that, all to make you feel fabulous. And that's open all year round at our Cultural Arts Center. So like, we continue to do things like that. And it's a lot of burden. I'm a very upfront about my identity. I am a trans man. And I say that because I want youth to be able to recognize that you can get into those positions and you can be that person, even when the world is trying to tell you to be quiet and go away.
Absolutely. And I know that, organizations like yours need a lot of volunteers. And I know that, during the Pride Month, folks want to get involved. I would imagine having support all year long would be great as well.
Yeah. So what most people don't realize is that I'm a tiny little team of 11 that are all year round employees. But I have a team of about 20 year-round volunteers who do very different aspects, but it takes 400 volunteers to put on the weekend. So There's always opportunity. And I always say this is a great opportunity for allies as well, to come out and give back to the community that relies on them for the support. And so there's all different kinds of opportunities, and you can find all that information on our website. But yes, volunteers are so crucial right now.
And folks, the website is TC Pride. That's tcpride.org if you want to visit the website. And if you are in the area and want to volunteer, you can also make a purchase with some merch. I'm looking at the merch right now. This is great.
Yeah. One of the cool things that kind of came out of this year was our Pride Rebel Loon. We had a local artist design it, and we were able to turn that into merch and use that to give back to the community during Metro Surge. So it's been kind of fun. And this year you will not be able to miss Mama Duck making her appearance. She's a 61-foot tall rubber duck She is the largest in the world, with her little one, Timmy. And, our hope is that it just brings that smile to people's faces after, kind of the turmoil that's been over the past few months. So.
That's amazing. I love it. I'm going to order some things. And one of the things that strikes me, there's a pride balloon that also has a Native American imagery on it as well. I wanted to let folks know, because a lot, even people in the community will, start saying, all right, it's already too many letters. However, I just want to say to folks, just speaking as a cis woman who presents as white, like I remember growing up thinking, like, where are the Latinas on TV? And by the way, not knowing that my favorite, Linda Carter, is Latina, right? I mean, growing up and finding out that she's Scottish, Irish, and Mexican, much like my upbringing. I mean, like, we want representation. We want to know we're included. We want to know that we're thought of. And to that, for folks who look at the letters, the numbers, the symbols, it's really to make sure everyone's included and appreciated and seen, which is what Plus helps with. And I also want to let folks know for Two Spirits, because there's such a strong Native community in Minnesota. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think it's really important to understand the intersectionality into our community, and the Two Spirit community is one of the most prominent. I mean, when you really think about, they are revered in their culture, and it's amazing at what they have allowed us and showed us to do in the trans community. And so, yeah, that's where you see the 2S come into the letters, because it truly is, those are our ancestors, and they, stepped foot and led the pathway for us. And so it's important to continue to recognize them.
Yeah, because there's so many people who just think that somehow this is a fad, like, being who you are. I'm sorry, just the fact that I said that. Being who you are is a fad.
I know, right?
Who you want to be will pass. That's the thing, is that the identity, whether it's identity, whether it's biological, all the things have been here forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Again, we're talking to our friend Andi Otto, who is the executive director for Twin City Pride. And the events, so the big weekend is June 27th and 28th. You can go to TC Pride, though, because tcpride.org, there are events all month long. What are some of the things that you want to make sure? Like, sometimes I'll have guests who will tell me afterwards, oh, I forgot to mention. Is there, what would you like to make sure our audience, and when I say our audience, everyone everywhere, including our friends in the Twin Cities?
Yeah, I think one of the things I'd like to point out is that it's welcome for everyone. It is really about creating a culture of joy and being able to be who you are. And so, come be that and celebrate that, from those in our communities to our allies. Like, that's what it's about. And showing up. And then I always say this, if you're coming, make sure you pay attention to traffic maps and things like that, because we are the world's largest free Pride Festival. So we are 100% free to get into. There is no charge. We want it to be accessible to everyone. So pay attention to all of that fun stuff and plan your little adventure.
I hope that I get to come out for one of the events, because we have our Pride weekend the exact same weekend here in Chicago, and however, KTNF AM 950 I know is participating in the event that weekend. Our programming director Chad told me that it's like his favorite time of the year, and he won't be coming for ours. And I'm like, fine, I'll have to come to yours.
Ours is pretty epic, I will say that. Although I do love Chicago.
I love it. Is it always the same weekend? Do you know?
Ours is always the last full weekend.
We'll figure something out.
Yes.
Maybe I can come for Saturday and enjoy it. Back on Sunday. Maybe it's a turnaround trip. Well, Andi, I really appreciate this conversation. And as we mentioned, the work that you do is year round. You're not just gay for Pride. So I want to make sure that we check in with you for any events. We'd love to have a regular segment with you every quarter or whatever you need. We're here for you to get that word out.
I really appreciate that. I think I'm so appreciative of those that want to continue to get the word out and to spread the joy and remind everybody that they're not alone in this crazy battle we call life right at the moment.
I agree. I'm going to be signing up with the free mom hugs as well.
I love that.
The members of my community. So I will be.
I love that.
I want to hug. And not creepily. I want it to be mutually agreed upon.
Yes.
There you go. Thank you so much, Andy. Again, everyone go to tcpride.org for Twin City Pride events all June and all year round. Thank you so much, Andy. Have a great evening.
You as well.
Thank you. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you to all of our sponsors, Pride Coffee Roasters, Source Solar, Are You Really Winning? And Kids Above All. Bye, Lady B.
Tell me how you're doing. Really. Tell me that you missed the bus this morning. Your rent's past due. And your stress level has skyrocketed. I'm here for you. To listen, not judge. To connect you to local mental health resources. No matter what you're going through, specialists like me from NAMI Chicago Helpline are here for you. Call or text Helpline to 833-626-4244. That's 833-626-4244.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. And you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Save big money on everything you need at Menards. Your roof is the first line of defense against the elements, and it enhances the appearance of your home's exterior. Owens Corning Duration Shingles offer ultimate protection